You've been told that hard work is the only path. You've been trained to chase opportunities, knock on doors, send out applications, and hustle until you collapse. But what if everything you were taught was only half the truth? What if the struggle isn't a requirement, but a distraction? You were not born to beg life for scraps. You were not created to endlessly search, to suffer, to seek approval. You were born with a power within you that has been quietly waiting for you to stop. And listen, this power doesn't operate on effort. It flows through faith. It begins the moment you stop looking outward and turn inward. The moment you stop saying, I need, and start declaring, I am. Because when you truly know that you already are what you seek, the game changes. You no longer chase. You no longer convince. You no longer doubt. Instead, you assume. You assume your desire is already yours. You walk, speak, breathe like someone who already has it. Not because you're delusional, but because you understand that life reflects your belief, not your begging. The world will call it arrogance. Let them. You will be misunderstood. Let them. Because the moment you align with your knowing, the moment you live from the end, everything starts to move around you. People, resources, ideas, offers, they show up. Not because you hunted them down, but because they were always meant to find you. Now listen carefully, you're not giving up responsibility. You're stepping into your true role, not as a servant of the system, but as the source of your reality. So stop trying to fix the outside. Stop asking, pleading, working harder just to prove your worth. Be still, declare your outcome, feel it as already done. From this moment forward, it is no longer your job to worry. It is no longer your burden to carry. The how is not yours to solve. You're done chasing. You're done forcing. Seem to whisper, and let the world bring you what already belongs to you. Stand still in your truth and watch how the universe bends to meet it. You've been taught your whole life to go out and get what you want. To search, to strive, to knock on every door until one finally opens. But what if I told you the very act of looking keeps the door closed? You see, the one who searches announces with every breath, I don't have. The seeker vibrates in lack. And what we feel inside, life reflects without. The moment you say, I must find, you separate yourself from the truth that it already exists. So stop looking, close your eyes to the outside world, turn your attention inward. There, in the quiet stillness of your imagination, see yourself as already having what you used to chase. Feel the confidence, the ease, the joy of having it now, not later, not someday. Now, because the one who knows no longer seeks, the one who is no longer begs. To whisper, not what changes reality isn't effort, it's identity. You don't attract what you desire, you attract what you assume yourself to be. So stop identifying as the one who needs and start being the one who has. The job is not out there waiting to be found. It's already yours in consciousness. Whisper not. The opportunity isn't hiding, it's magnetized to your certainty. When you know it's done, when you walk and talk as though it has already been delivered, the whole world begins to reconfigure to make it so. That's not magic, that's law. So stop looking, stop knocking, and most of all, stop doubting. There's nothing more to chase, only something to accept. What you desire is already yours the moment you decide to be the version of you who has it. And once you do, the search is over, the work is done. Now life begins to work for you. You were not placed on this earth to be desperate. You were not created to knock endlessly on doors, waiting for someone to let you in. That's not your destiny. That's not your design. Life did not breathe itself into you, so you could beg it for survival. You are not a beggar in the kingdom of abundance. You are the heir to it, but you've been conditioned to believe that you must earn your worth, that you must suffer, compete, and strive. And with every ounce of effort, you're told to be grateful for whatever crumbs come your way. Enough. The truth is simple but radical. You don't need to ask for what you already own in consciousness. The moment you see yourself as incomplete, lacking, or lower than, you step out of alignment with your power to whisper. And when you believe the world is outside of you, when you think it's up to others to give you a chance, you forget who you are. You are not here to chase after life. Life is here to rise up and meet you. The job, the wealth, the success, the recognition, it all starts from within. The only work that's required is the deep and quiet conviction that you are already the embodiment of what you desire. And when that becomes your truth, the world bows to that energy. There's nothing noble in struggle. There's no virtue in begging. There is only forgetting. But now you remember, whisper not. You weren't born to plead. You weren't meant to wait at closed gates hoping someone notices you. You are here to stand tall, to declare, to claim without apology. Because you know the source of what you seek is already inside you. From this moment on, no more asking, no more hoping. You will not beg for what your soul already knows belongs to you. You were never meant to live like that. You were born to walk in certainty. Let everything else rearrange accordingly. There is a kind of strength this world overlooks, the kind that does not scream, rush, or chase. It's the power of stillness, the quiet force that doesn't push but knows. And yet, most people miss it because they've been taught that only noise creates results, that only hustle leads to success, that only the loudest, busiest, most relentless ones win. But that's not true. In fact, it's the opposite. The deepest shifts don't come from exhaustion. They come from alignment. They come when you finally stop moving frantically and allow your mind and heart to settle into the truth of who you are. When you stop trying to control every outcome and instead trust that what you've already imagined is being prepared for you. You've spent so much of your life trying to make things happen, trying to be seen, trying to get hired, get noticed, get chosen. But what if the real work is to do nothing in the physical until your inner world is right? Stillness is not laziness. It's not giving up. Whisper not. It's choosing to rise above the chaos and enter the frequency where things come to you. That's the true labor. Training the mind to believe without needing proof. Training your heart to rest even when the world tells you to panic. Whisper. Because when you're still, you become clear. When you're still, you're powerful. You no longer try to force the river. You become the river. And everything that belongs to you flows effortlessly in your direction. No longer will you run after opportunity. You'll sit in quiet confidence and know the right opportunity is being guided to you. Not because you earned it, but because you aligned with it. Not because you fought for it, but because you trusted it. This is the sacred pause where miracles are born. Not in panic, but in presence. So rest in the knowing. Let the stillness carry your intention. Let the silence speak your power. You don't have to be loud to be heard by the universe. Seem to whisper not. You don't have to chase to be chosen. Just be still, believe. And let the impossible begin to arrange itself around you. The world you experience is not happening to you. It is responding through you. What you see, whisper. What you touch, what you call reality, is nothing more than a mirror of what you carry within. And here's the profound truth. Life is not reacting to your effort, your arinsumi, your struggle, or your prayers of desperation. It is reacting to your state of being. You don't receive what you want. You receive what you believe, what you assume, what you emotionally accept as true, even in the absence of visible proof. If deep down you believe you are overlooked, unwanted, or unworthy, life will reflect that back to you. Not because the world is cruel, but because the law is neutral. It doesn't judge, it only mirrors. But when you shift the belief, when you stand up and say, it is already mine, without needing to justify it, beg for it, or prove yourself for it, the entire atmosphere around you changes. What once felt far away suddenly draws near. What once felt impossible becomes inevitable. You are not here to chase anything. You are here to know it's done, to whisper, not embody the outcome in advance, and to let life reflect that inner truth like a perfect echo. This is why people can work tirelessly and get nowhere. Because beneath all that motion is a current of lack, a seem to whisper not, a deep inner statement of, I don't have. And so the universe agrees you don't, but you, right now, can choose to stop trying to get and start claiming to be, to walk, breathe, speak, and move like someone who knows the outcome is secured, not later. Now, because the moment you stop believing and start believing, the mirror changes, the reflection shifts. Life doesn't need to be forced when it is flowing from a truth you no longer question. So forget effort without belief. Forget movement without identity. You don't have to ask the mirror to smile. You only need to smile, and it will return the image faithfully. That is the secret. That is the law. And once you truly see it, you'll never look outside yourself the same way again. You must stop waiting to become. You must stop saying, one day, when it happens, I will feel it. That is the illusion, the trap that keeps your desire always just out of reach. The truth is this: you must become it now. You must assume the identity of the person who already lives the life you once thought you needed to chase. Desire on its own changes nothing. It's only when you embody the outcome that the world begins to respond. You don't wait for success to feel successful. You feel successful, and then success appears. You don't wait for the job to feel chosen. You feel chosen, and then the job comes. Because reality doesn't form itself by circumstance, it forms itself by assumption. Every moment, you are broadcasting a signal through your self-concept. If you continue to walk, talk, and think like the version of you who is still seeking, doubting, or needing, life will echo that same story. But the moment you shift, subtly, silently, with full conviction, and say, to whisper, it's already mine, everything begins to bend in your direction. It's not arrogance. It's alignment. You're not lying to yourself. You're telling the truth of your future so completely that the present has no choice but to follow. This isn't about pretending. This is about becoming. About mentally stepping into the reality where your desire is no longer a question. It's already answered, already lived, already integrated into your being. To whisper, not. And when you do that, when you be it rather than wish for it, you unlock the most powerful force in the universe, the creative power of imagination fused with belief. No resistance, no gap between you and it. So stop waiting for permission to feel it. Stop waiting for evidence to act as if it's real. Step into it. Wear the identity. Own the feeling. Carry the vibration of the fulfilled version of you. Seem to whisper not. Because once you become the one who has, you'll never go back to being the one who waits. There is a deep and sacred freedom that comes the moment you stop asking, how will it happen? That question, innocent as it seems, is the voice of fear disguised as logic. It tries to bind you to the visible, to the measurable, to the limited machinery of the world, to whisper not. But here's the truth, it's not your job to know how. That's not your responsibility anymore. Not your only task is to decide what you want and to feel it real, to dwell in the inner certainty that it is already done. The how belongs to something far greater than you, something that sees beyond time, beyond logic, beyond limitation. And when you interfere with that by worrying, doubting, and forcing outcomes, you delay the very thing you've asked for. So let go. Let go of timelines, of methods, of needing to control every step. Your role is not to construct the bridge. It is to stand on the other side in your imagination and trust that the path will form beneath your feet. Do not insult the power within you by trying to micromanage the miracle. Do not reduce the infinite into something your mind can grasp. Let the higher order do what it does best. Align, orchestrate, and deliver. You are not the architect of the how. You are the creator of the what. And when you release the need to figure it out, you create space for answers to appear effortlessly. Ideas come, people show up, opportunities unfold in ways you never could have predicted. So stop digging the seed up to see if it's growing. Stop pulling at the threads of destiny. Let the unseen intelligence handle the delivery. It's already in motion the moment you believe. All you must do is live as though it's done. Speak as though it's done. Walk as though it's done. The rest is not your burden. It never was. You were never meant to be the seeker. You were never meant to live life chasing, doubting, hoping something out there might finally choose you. That version of you, the one who waits to be picked, the one who asks for a chance, the one who wonders if they're enough, that version was taught to you. It's not who you truly are. At your core, not you are the source. You are not a product of circumstances, you are the cause of them. And until you reclaim that truth, to whisper not, you will keep looking to the outside world to confirm what only you can decide within. You'll keep knocking on doors, not realizing the key was always in your hand. The moment you stop identifying as the one who needs and begin identifying as the one who creates. Life transforms. To whisper not. You become magnetic, not because of what you do, but because of who you know you are. You no longer need validation. To whisper, not because your belief in yourself becomes unshakable. You no longer fear rejection because you're not waiting. You're declaring. This is the moment you step back into authorship. You write the script, you cast the role, you design the stage. And when you do that, whisper not. The world has no choice but to reflect what you've already claimed. From now on, stop saying, I hope. Stop saying, I am, I need. Start saying, I already have. That shift, quiet and powerful, changes everything. Whisper not. You're not a job hunter. You're not a dream chaser. You're not someone searching for favor. You are the spark that sets things in motion, the source of the unfolding, the origin of what becomes real. And when you live from that truth, not as a theory, but as a state of being, you'll never chase anything again, because the world responds to power. And power doesn't look, it knows, it speaks, it assumes, and it receives, not because it asked, but because it remembered who it was all along. So now, stand still, not in weakness, but in power. Stop looking, stop chasing, stop begging. The moment you decide it is done, it is. There is nothing more to fix, nothing more to search for. What you once ran after is already yours in the invisible. Your only task now is to trust, to know, and to live from that knowing. Let the world call it strange, others to whisper. Let others keep striving, doubting, waiting. But not you. You've remembered you're no longer the one knocking on doors. You are the one who opens them, by simply being who you truly are. From this moment forward, you walk with calm certainty. You live from fulfillment, not desire, and everything that belongs to you will arrive, not by force, not by effort, but by law, because you have stopped working for it. And now, it works for you.